What am I doing here in Hong Kong? Well, the International Freight Forwarding Company, DHL, is opening a new massive logistics hub. So I'm just here, I don't know, to attend the launch ceremony, eat some little sandwiches, from the mini bars, and drink a lot of coffee, and talk logistics. So you might be wondering, why am I interested in this? Why am I interested in, transportation, logistics, and all this, distinctly, unsexy, seemingly uninteresting stuff. Roads and railroads and, transport hubs. I mean, they're cool and all, but, out of all the other stories in the world, out of all the other topics that I could be covering, maybe this seems a little boring. But here's the thing. My main interest, what I'm really interested in covering, is how places change. What happens when cultures come together? What happens when economies merge? What happens when, one political contingent, starts interacting in different ways with other political contingents? What's the on-the-ground impact from all this? And so, doing this research and looking at this topic over years and years and years and traveling to, almost 100 countries, it became apparent that, a lot of these changes that we're seeing, a lot of these, transitions could ultimately be deduced to transportation, to logistics, to the mechanisms that people from over here get over here, how these cultures come together, how these markets merge. And what we're seeing right now in the world is this, massive infrastructure construction boom.
China's Belt and Road Initiative is a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure plan to create new economic corridors between Asia and Europe.
What the New Silk Road is a way to kind of connect these countries together into something cohesive that could allow for broader and bigger and better and faster trade between East and West for the mutual benefit of everybody involved, or at least that's the theory anyway.
We're talking new superhighways, new super railways, new massive logistics hubs are arising, and the impact that they're having on countries, on people, on cultures is absolutely incredible.
It is a story that starts shortly after World War II, when a group of politicians agree that breaking down the barriers to free trade will lead to increased prosperity and world peace. Their work leads to the Bretton Woods Conference, where the framework for international commerce and finance is founded, and heralds the dawn of globalization. Throughout the 50s and into the 1960s, trade grows, fueled by international agreements, the emergence of free trade zones, and the development of new forms of transportation.
China's development model could be called transport-oriented development, where they kind of build transportation nodes and transportation hubs, and then kind of build new cities and new high-tech zones and new economic zones based off these transportation networks.
This with me, right? This is so that if we ever upset a customer, I should feel sick to us.
Did you catch any fish?
Oh yeah.
Will you eat them?
Huh?
You will eat them?
Yeah.
You kill them?
Give me my father, my mother.
Uh-huh. A little small, huh?
Yeah.
Do you ever catch big fish?
Yeah, I won't catch that.
Just a small fish?
So this bridge here is absolutely iconic. It's called the
Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is the longest structure of its kind in the world today. The bridge will link the Chinese regions of Guangdong, Hong Kong and Macau. It will also create a 56,000 square kilometer economic hub to rival the Tokyo, New York and San Francisco Bay areas. It's a concentrated demonstration of China's strength.
And then later this year, when this opens up, the world's longest bridge is going to cut down from 4 to 5 hours of truck drive from Zhuhai, which today goes to Shenzhen and come. It's going to be a less than an hour drive. So that volume, if we connect it from here, it's going to be amazing. It's amazing.
You know, when I was a young traveler, I would just go to places and just walk, right? All through my late teens, early 20s, that's pretty much the only thing I did. I just traveled to places and walked around. I wasn't yet making a living as a writer then. I mean, that was almost pre-internet days, right? I mean, there was hardly even, I mean, when I first started traveling, there wasn't even a such thing called blogging, right? I mean, and in the beginning, even when blogging did arise, I mean, it was just called, like, you know, online journaling or something lame like that. My online diary. That's what we used to call our blogs, you know, back in those days. Yeah, it was a different era. I mean, I would travel around work doing archaeology for a few months a year. Then I'd just go travel and just basically do nothing but walk for the rest of the year. So I just like walked all through South America, you know, Mexico, Central America. I just walked and walked and walked. I loved it, man. I loved it. I just wake up early in the morning, you know, pick up my little rucksack and just walk out of the hotel and just walk all the way till night. Just walking around thinking about the future mostly and all the great adventures I was gonna have, right? So, you know, I just basically just daydreaming about today when I'll be 35 and established, whatever I'm doing. You know, I probably dream about being an author and a filmmaker and traveling around, you know, writing articles and making films that I don't know, kind of like, I guess, you know, I just daydreamed about doing, you know, what I actually do now.
I wanna build a home.
Man, it's really beautiful here.